Your Excellencies, the heads of state and government, present, distinguished guests, all protocols observed. Thank you for including the European Union in today's proceedings and for offering us this opportunity to intervene. I want to begin by thanking you, Your Excellency, President Gela, for having taken this excellent initiative. You clearly lead these discussions with the wisdom you bring from many years, bringing resolution to conflicts in the region. Also a special word, Amasiganello, to Prime Minister Abiy for the support he brings with him to the process. But most of all, I want to commend the delegations from Somalia and Somaliland. The history of the Somali people, together with its oral culture and traditions, has always favored dialogue and agreement, compensation and alliance when solving differences. And coming here, we know, has required leadership and courage. We understand the pressure you are under from the people opposite you and perhaps even from the people behind you. Lots of peoples have expectations here, and no one wants to make a false step today that could be misinterpreted by different constituencies at home. That's why your neighbours, why the US and the EU and IGAD are here too. We're here to help you find some common ground that will allow you to live and work together in a new context fit for our times. The past weighs heavily on everyone's shoulders. It's difficult to escape it, but we cannot allow ourselves to be trapped by it. I'm sure there are many things people here want to change, but one thing we cannot change is our geography. One way or another, you're going to have to get along. Some peace processes succeed and others don't. They all tend to revolve around land and resources, but the ones that go further tend to be the ones that focus on hearts and minds. Remember that the person sitting opposite you is probably as nervous today as you are too, so let's not waste today. Try to be as generous as we can to one another. If getting here has been tough, we know how hard the journey home will be if people return empty-handed. But it cannot be a winner-takes-all scenario. So perhaps the main message from today should be that we have a process, that it's working and that it's making progress. Since the 1990s, Somalia's civil war has left losses and open wounds, people displaced far from their homes and land, and above all, the painful process of rebuilding peaceful societies. We've known the same in Europe. Today, the European Union is probably the most successful peace process in the world, but it did not happen overnight, and we did it almost by stealth, tackling pragmatic rather than emotional issues up front. We started with the management of coal and steel. We created a single market. We even created a common currency. We agreed to share sovereignty, and we did so while respecting the integrity of the member states. My identity matters to me. I'm very proud to be Irish, but I'm equally proud to be European. So no two peace processes are the same. It would be foolish to think that a one-size-fits-all solution can be taken from one and applied to another. You will need to be imaginative and pragmatic at the same time. But most of all, you need to gain the trust and confidence of each other. No one is asking you to love one another, but each of you deserves the respect and esteem of the other. This should be a space for exploring ideas, sometimes in confidence. Days like today are important in terms of building relationships that can be built upon in the future. And please do not regard the technical talks as a distraction. They're important in themselves, but they're also an important opportunity to get to know and understand one another. There are always plenty of reasons for trying to say no to an idea or a proposal. No one likes to be taken out of the comfort of the status quo. but we owe it to the younger generation that is impatient for progress to explore pragmatic ideas in good faith. Political leaders everywhere have the same challenges: peace, jobs, and aspirations for the young generation. Young Somali men and women have never known or lived in a peaceful environment. They have never had the opportunity to prosper without the harassment of violence, division, or poverty. Think of what you will say to them when you get home, and make sure that you can tell them that today was a day well spent and that it was the start of something that can give them hope. When we embark on a journey from A to B, we often make the mistake of focusing too much on how we will arrive at B. But the toughest part is leaving A. Your presence here today is an encouraging sign that you are ready to think of leaving A. But please use today to prepare as best you can for that journey. Whether it's a long journey or a short journey is entirely up to you. But rest assured that we, the Europeans, and the partners will be ready with you, to be with you on this path of dialogue and peaceful resolution. Thank you.